it was, both of them were so exciting. I think the thing with Lois and that particular type of TV show and that sort of genre, you're allowed to play with all sorts of fantastical things, and she went from, you know, the most bizarre situations to somewhat semi-real things. This one is like a crash course in reality for me, and there was so much about the visual with Lois in the sense of, you know, the outfits and the hair and the makeup and all those kinds of things. And for me, as an actress, what's interesting is they took that away from me, and I had to just walk around in like scrubs, which are quite like pajamas, and big tent like lab coats, and no hair, no makeup. So like, I mean, as far as just thinking of a practical visual and maybe somewhat unflattering light to look at yourself, because you realize, holy cow, maybe I depended on some of those things, and now it's all about what I'm doing, and it's all about the work, and so this is just such a thing that's based so much in real life, and there's a lot of, it's just much more drama than the other one was kind of like dancing around. I don't know how else to express it, but to
speak from Joel Gore and my character's perspective, I think that you know, arriving on the scene where, you know, your ex-girlfriend is significantly higher on the, you know, high up on the tier, and then to see her fiance have this car accident and the pilot is, it creates a really strange tension and a perfect drama, because it's like there's nowhere to sort of go but to support your friend at that point, you know, and so it's very interesting from that perspective. What I like about the heroic quality about the show actually is that it really is about sort of rising up against that adversity too. You know, it's not a show that feels sorry for itself. It's kind of noble in that way, and more importantly, it's funny. Like it's humorous. Like it actually uses humor as a device in a heroic fashion against kind of against what we could easily turn into just sort of a maudlin display of melancholy, you know. And I think, you know, to readdress the question, I think, you know, for my character, it's certainly just like an interesting place to come into this place where it should have been really kind of fun, where he could have sort of enjoyed this sexual tension between him and his ex-girlfriend, who he clearly still adores, and but now he's forced to be sort of unselfish, which wasn't something that Joel Goran was counting on. I think that he's used to living in a universe where the planets orbit around him, you know, and that's not happening anymore.
I'm not involved in any triangles. I'm just saying. Well, there's a triangle. It's about that guy in the bed, that guy over there that nobody can see, and the girl. So it's a weird little self-involved triangle.
Yeah, I think that, you know, given the subject matter of what my character is dealing with, it really is one of those things you can't be cheating on the guy in the coma, right? So that for myself isn't something that's specifically being addressed. You know, I think you have some fun with having the different relationships. What I enjoy about the relationship that she has with the Joel Goran character is that somebody she's known a very long time. And even though there was quite a tumultuous end to their relationship, it's quite nice to have somebody that you can turn and just be really angry if you want to, and they accept that and you get it, and you have a shorthand with them, which is really, really great. So yeah, that's all I got. I think that you know, again, to speak to what I think is very exciting about the show is that as far as the creative team, Morwen and Helena, they create really cool stories for us. So you have it centered around this love story, which is beautiful and lovely and has this heart-wrenching moments and fun moments. They've just dropped in all these wonderful vignettes of whether it's the person that's coming in with the medical trauma at the time, or whether it's some of our support cast, which are lovely. There's such a nice highlight, really fun, quirky moments, and all the characters are interesting, which is good at a lot of levels.